We all know that President Barack Obama, his mere presence, his skin color, drove a lot of people in this country crazy. My book, White Fear, is literally based on a poll that was taken when the question was asked around the inauguration, are you optimistic about the future of America for your children? Black people, Latinos, Asian American, majority said yes. White America was the only one, majority that did not say that. And what did we see? We saw the rise of the Tea Party. We saw the attacks. We saw Glenn Beck. Obama hates white people. You saw all of that. You saw the racial hatred rise. So over the weekend, I saw this clip of Megyn Kelly. You know, the one who said Santa was white and the one who had no issue with blackface around Halloween. This is literally what this trifling, despicable, shameful bigot had to say.
We don't feel like ourselves. We haven't felt like ourselves in a while. And I'm sorry to get political, but I'm just going to be honest. We haven't felt like ourselves since Barack Obama. I just think he was such a slick snake. You know, he was this affable guy who was like wearing good suits and looked the part and sounded the part and dressed the part, but was so divisive in his messaging. The left, they look at you like when you say this, they don't know what you're talking about. It's like, because you don't pay attention to the other half of the country. You only pay attention to your absurd news sources, which spin and spin and spin to protect Democrats, especially if they're named Obama. He's the one who started to inject race where no one had been doing it. He's the one who started to use his pen and the phone to shove things down our throat that we didn't want. He's the one who shoved through an entitlement on our health care and our personal doctor visits that he promised he wouldn't mess with, and then he did, really hurting people, causing massive anger and open lies. He never missed an opportunity to twist the knife on the racial issue. He would do it subtly and in his own way, but it was very clear what he was doing. For the first time, we had a president who weighed in on legal cases before they'd played out. We never did that. That was a taboo that had never been crossed before him. And Donald Trump was the reason Barack Obama, reverse that. Barack Obama was the reason Donald Trump came about, that he was born as a political figure. They say Trump's divisive. He was the antidote. He was the answer to the divisiveness of Barack Obama. And we just haven't felt like ourselves for years now.
Oh, we haven't felt like ourselves for years. Why couldn't we just continue having another white president? Why did we as America, why did we have to screw it up? Why did we mess it all up by electing this black man? It was his fault. It was Obama who brought divisiveness, who injected race. Really? Do you really want to talk about presidents injecting race, Megyn? Do we want to talk about Reagan making up, literally making up this welfare queen story? Do we want to talk about Reagan refusing to sign a bill slamming the racist apartheid regime in South Africa and says, I will not sign it. And he got overwritten. Do we really want to talk about Reagan, the attack on affirmative action? Do we really want to talk about President George H.W. Bush and Willie Horton? Do we really want to talk about Lee Atwater, and who said that we don't have to use the N-word, there are other words that we can say? Y'all, there's actually audio of this. Do we want to talk about the racist Richard Nixon and the stuff that he actually said caught on tape? Really, do we want to have that conversation? Do we want to go back to Woodrow Wilson, who actually showed Birth of a Nation in the White House, who reinstated segregation in the federal workforce? William Monroe Trotter, the great journalist, was thrown out of the White House because he was challenging this racist bigot. We want to talk about Herbert Hoover, the leader of the Lily White faction, the Republican Party. Do we really want to have that conversation, Megyn? Oh, and then she says, Obama is the reason for Trump. Yes, because Trump came in pressing his white rage buttons. And guess what? People like you, Megyn, you know, little Miss Blackface, upstate New York, who said, oh, no, remember what you told me off air? Well, you know, it's like where I grew up. I mean, there was no racism because also there are a few black people, Megyn. Oh, you remember that conversation we had off air at NBC? The place where you got fired because you sucked. But see, you want to sit here and, oh, it was Obama who injected race. Really? Obama tried to run from the issue of race. Obama tried to be as mainstream, middle of the road as possible. But his mere skin is what drove y'all crazy. Because y'all woke up and said, damn, I'm sorry. Oh, we're now going to have to actually deal with this thing. See, Obama forced y'all because y'all couldn't run around it because, see, y'all couldn't call him the N-word. See, I heard you like, oh, little slick snake. They talk about his suits. Really? Y'all still trip on the tan suit? Is that what we doing? See, Megyn, we see what you're doing. See, I need everybody listening. I need everybody listening. Why is Megyn Kelly blowing up on digital? Because Megyn Kelly is using the same thing that Charlie Kirk did. She's appealing to white nationalists. She's using the language of whiteness. That's what she's doing. I see, but see, she learned it from the best. She learned it from Roger. She learned it from the guy, Roger Ailes, who built Fox News. Roger Ailes' blueprint was to press the issue of race. We all remember Bill O'Reilly attacking Ludacris, attacking Snoop Dogg. It was attacking the new Black Panthers. It was on and on and on. It was always them attacking race. So we see what Megyn is doing. Megyn has shown her white womanness since she got fired from NBC. Since she tried to pull the wool over folks' covers, try to make it seem like she was an objective journalist, that she wasn't really part of that crazy right-wing, white right cabal at Fox News. But no, Megyn, you show us exactly who you are. We know it. You attack Beyonce. You attack nearly all things black. That's what you do, Megyn. We see what you're doing. It's clear. But the thing that drives y'all crazy, y'all hate. So what is it? You hate where Obama went to college. You hate the law school part. You hate that Michelle went to law school. You hate that she's brilliant. You hate that the success. So that's what it is. See, y'all want your Negroes built a certain way. That's what y'all want, Megyn. And we know that. This ain't black folks' first rodeo. See, Obama tried to remove as much of that as possible. Tried to be as palatable to white folks like you as possible. But see, for y'all still want to go back. See, you know you couldn't call him the N-word. But you tried to use every other thing. Oh, he imposed these things on us. Oh, wow. You mean like the Affordable Care Act, which has dramatically increased the number of Americans who now have health care? Really, Megyn? Y'all trash Michelle Obama for trying to for people to eat healthy. Now y'all praising RFK Jr., you know, Mr. I took heroin in college, I had a worm in my brain. Now y'all praising him, who's really stealing her program of eating healthier. So we see game recognize game, Megyn, and we see who you are. So you can sit here with your little blonde highlights, and you can get all these little white guys all excited who think you're the cutest thing in the world, and you're not. And you're really not. Flat and narrow. That's who you are. And so that's what you do. And so we know what you're doing. See, Megyn, you just hate black brilliance. You just can't stand it. You can't stand that he got reelected. He sat there and beat straight lace Mormon dude Mitt Romney. Y'all can't handle that. And it drives y'all crazy. Governor Wes Moore drives y'all crazy. Governor Deval Patrick drives y'all crazy. I was talking to a black conservative over the weekend who told me point blank that y'all hate Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett because she's effective. Oh, yeah. I was told point blank, y'all hate Jasmine Crockett Because she's effective. Y'all hate any black person who doesn't walk around with a stick up their ass, with no bass in their voice, who challenges y'all on your bigotry, on your whiteness. See, y'all didn't even like the fact that the man was a Christian. Y'all called him a Muslim. Yeah, we know what's his name, little Graham boy, the fake preacher. His daddy was a preacher, but he ain't no preacher. Yeah, we know that. And then we know Trump ain't no real Christian. That boy can't even hold the Bible right. But y'all just simply cannot stand black excellence. But y'all love them Stephen from Django Negroes like Jason Whitlock. Y'all love them. But what you can't stand, Megyn, is that he won twice. He beat y'all. And you're right. We do have Trump because of Obama. Because y'all was so mad. Y'all was so mad at what happened. And here's what we also know, Megyn, and it's a fact. In the history of America, black success has been always followed by white backlash. And Donald Trump, he is the white backlash. And what drives y'all crazy is black success. So, Megyn, I'm going to tell you, I told Richard Spencer when I obliterated him on my TV One show, Megyn, you better go work out. You better go pump some iron. You better go do some glute exercises. Because, Megyn, we ain't going nowhere. We're not leaving. See, y'all can't do what the abolitionists and the plantation folk did to the folk in Virginia and North Carolina when they shipped them to Liberia. We ain't going nowhere, Megyn. We're going to be right here. We're going to be right here on digital media. And when they try to get rid of us in mainstream, we're going to set some other stuff up, Megyn. Our businesses are not going anywhere. Our politicians are not going anywhere. Megyn, we know y'all trying to defund black America. We know y'all trying to destroy black institutions, destroy black nonprofits. Y'all trying to destroy the will of our people. But like my girl Lorraine Toussaint told Carmen Ejogo in Selma, we are prepared for this, Megyn. The ancestors run through our veins. They prepared us for this. Megyn, you ain't no different than all the folk we saw after slavery, doing Reconstruction, doing the 92 years of Jim Crow. Megyn, you not new. You simply are the latest white woman who can't stand black excellence. Renita, you first.
Listen, before I give my comments, I got to say this. Roland, you are crazy, because I have never heard anybody say that a person could not even hold the Bible right. I wish you had a Bible so you could show us how to hold it wrong. But that was cracking me up. No, listen, Megyn Kelly is disgusting. And you know what? I specifically hate when white folks talk about how the country is so divided now and how there is so much division. Because what I hear is that you've never listened to the voices of black people or anybody who was not white. There is no universe that you are going to kidnap an entire race of people, bring them from one continent to the United States, and you don't think there's going to be division? There has been division the entire time that this country has existed. And so to me, these people who, wax poetically about, all the division just popped up out of nowhere. It just came about in the last, ever since Obama, is like, these are the people who, number one, are mad that now there are platforms like this where you can actually hear what black folks think about a lot of these issues. They are mad that black people's voices are more now louder than ever, and you can actually hear what different communities are saying. That's what these people are mad about. So yeah, they wanted to go back to a time of where we didn't have the platforms to be able to say how we felt about what was going on in the world, and things were largely silent, because that is what for them made them feel like, oh, well, there's not a lot of division in the country. But that was completely false. And so everything that you said about her is completely true, even down to the fact of how they are the ones who have used race in politics at an expert level and well before anybody else. Think back to George Wallace in the 60s. He ran an entire presidential campaign on segregationist policies. And they chalked it up to, oh, he's just speaking for, low income workers. I mean, they have had all these fancy ways to just run completely racist campaigns and interject race into politics. Right around the time that Republicans started to lose elections was right at the time where lots of their expert thinkers decided, you know what, we really need to just start using race at the forefront to be able to coalesce our folks together and start winning elections. And it has worked. So she has some gall to bring up anything that President Obama did.
Congo?
Look, when it comes down to it, they are quick to blame a black woman and Barack Obama. Right? In conversations about violence, they're still bringing up Maxine Waters and her saying confront people. They're still bringing up Michelle Obama and her arms and her being divisive. And they're jealous at Ketanji Brown Jackson. And they're jealous, when it comes to the brothers, Obama is number one for them. He is their number one target. He'll be their number one go-to. I mean, this man hasn't been president in so long. But these guys, just like Trump, they cannot operate without a target. They cannot operate with giving you somebody to distract from what they're actually doing or what they're actually saying. And Megyn Kelly demonstrated that perfectly. It's almost as if it's probably as if they want violence to come towards him as well. As long as they can keep pointing a finger away from Trump and his ridiculous policy. Hey, by the way, the economy is still in the shambles if people haven't noticed with all of this other talk on everything else. Hey, the Epstein file still ain't out. But let's just blame Obama. This is what they're going to do. This is what they're going to continue to keep doing. Look at what they're doing with Lisa Cook. Letitia James, they continually find black women and now Obama to continue to point the finger at, and it is not going to stop. And we got to continue to call it out and shut it down and expose them for who they are. This is racism playing out. There are other Democratic presidents that they can point to. They can point to Clinton. They can talk about other people. But to sit there and to call this man a snake on top of that, I mean, seriously? Like, we're not just going to sit here and act like this is not a real thing. You want to talk about we were fine till y'all came along because a black man dared to challenge after Reverend Jesse Jackson did, right? And Al Sharpton as well, to be the highest offices in the land, and y'all just can't stand that? Nah, we can't stand the ignorance. We can't stand the hate, and we're not going to tolerate it, Megyn. So just as you put it out there, we're going to put this out there in the algorithms as well to let y'all know that your hate and racism, it ain't flying this time around.
Scott, take us home.
Skin.
Scott?
Hello? Yeah, me? What is it about the melanin in my skin that drives white folks crazy? It makes no sense. It makes no from a dignity and a human condition. And yet, if you look at Megyn Kelly, she has downright hatred for Barack Obama. White conservatives always attack the person, not the ideas. And so she attacks him as being this slick snake. And she's dripping with venom when she says it. She looks down as if she's thinking through it. And that his suits, and he was this, he was that. But what's racially divisive about Barack Obama is his mere presence, the color of his skin. And he doesn't drive that narrative. White privilege and white racism drives it. He's racially divisive to white America or white conservatives because of the color of his skin, period. Doesn't matter, the color of his skin, that's it. He's racially divisive. And by the way, the fact that he did not have a 8-year term with scandal, not one scandal, not one investigation. He's a Harvard-trained lawyer. I mean, you would think that those would all be acceptable to white America and white conservatives, right? That they would rally and support him and how far America has come in race relations. And yet, it's just the opposite. Their privilege and racism overwhelms them. And so, they project, right? Barack Obama, in their mind, was racially divisive, but Donald Trump's the most racially divisive president we've ever had. If you look at his record, what he said and what he's done, minimally racially insensitive, maximum racial hatred and manifestation. If you read the white nationalist and Ku Klux Klan manifestos, his language mimics what's in the manifestos. And we tolerate it, the media tolerates it, white America tolerates it, because that in the end, I don't care how liberal you are as a white person or how conservative, this white nationalism piece, this gene is inside of you. And that's how it manifests itself. DEI, right? Did you see how the law firms and corporations ran from DEI after the executive order? They couldn't wait to get off the train. Oh, we don't have to do this anymore. He's there, so Trump's their savior in this. It wasn't working anyway. It's only got, the numbers haven't changed in 40 or 50 years, so they never wanted to do it anyway. And so these are our realities. And by the way, lastly, you can tell them the truth, but they won't accept it because they create their own narrative or truth. They do. So no matter, you can't give an intelligent answer to them because they won't accept it, because they accept lies and their own representations to live in the space that they're in so that they don't have to accept racial equality.
Well, bottom line is, Megyn, we don't give a damn what you think. We don't give a damn. So we don't care. You can be in your little feelings, and we don't care. We really don't. And I'm going to tell you right now, we've been here. We've been fighting you fools like you ever since, and we're going to keep fighting. Y'all can't break us down, because you know what, Megyn? Not only did we build this, meaning this country, we're also built for this. Because y'all could not have endured what we have endured since 1619 and still be standing. Love you, Megyn. Be well.
Hello, I'm Isaac Hayes III, founder and CEO of Fanbase, and I'm here with a very important message. We are at a turning point in the Black community where we must have equity in the apps we use that scale to billions of dollars. But this time, we own the infrastructure, we own the culture, and we shape the future. And Fanbase is the future. Fanbase combines the free functionality of Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube into an all-in-one platform built for the evolution of social media and monetization. With over 1.4 million users, that's real proof that we are shifting the conversation of tech ownership and equity for creators. So right now, I want you to go to startengine.com/fanbase and invest today. The minimum to invest is $399. That gets you 60 shares of stock in Fanbase at $665 a share. This marks a turning point in Black ownership of social media. If we don't take this opportunity to own social media right now, we will always be customers to our own creations. And that can't go on. So once again, go to startengine.com/fanbase and invest today. We must own the platforms where our voices live, our stories matter, and where our culture drives the world. Thank you.